Good afternoon. Happy Labor Day to everybody here at the New York State Fair, the 13th day of the New York State Fair. And we are excited to be joined again by Governor Cuomo. Before we begin the ceremony today, I have a couple acknowledgments. In attendance with us, Assemblyman Bill Magnarelli is here. Oh, welcome, Bill. And Assemblyman Al Sturpey. We have with us the City of Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh. And we have two state commissioners, Ag and Markets Commissioner Richard Ball and Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance Sam Roberts. Welcome. Hello, Commissioner. And we have Onondaga County Legislator Floor Leader Linda Irvin. Welcome, Linda. Our host, again, who is always so gracious when we come to the town of Geddes, Jerry Albrigo. Thank you for having us. And we have a lot of Onondaga County legislators, I see, and Syracuse Common Councilors. And we have the President of the Greater Syracuse Labor Council, Anne-Marie Tellerisio. Welcome. Happy Labor Day, Anne-Marie. And we are delighted to welcome Governor Cuomo back to the fair. As everybody knows, the governor took on the New York State Fair several years ago, recognizing the treasure that it is, not only for the whole state, but especially for us here in Central New York. We have been the beneficiaries of a lot of attention. He convened the group of people to talk about what we wanted to see at the fair, and over the last few years, with the governor putting the money in the budget and the state legislature helping to carry it through, we have had millions of dollars in investment. You've seen the improvements to the infrastructure, but the fact that we've had so many people come and rave about how nice the fairgrounds look, and there's so much more room. We've added 70 acres of space for people. I was in the expo center yesterday. The stands were full of people. There were kids playing hockey. It's almost 100 degrees out. So it has been a tremendous fair. And I personally am grateful. But on behalf of all of us in Central New York, I want to thank Governor Cuomo and New York State government for this tremendous investment in our fair. And I want to ask you to join me in welcoming the 56th governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What a great day. What an exciting day. Let's give a big round of applause to our Kendu County Executive, Joni Mahoney, who does a great job. And we have our exciting new mayor of Syracuse, who's bringing a new energy and a new approach, and he's been a great partner to work with, Ben Walsh. Pleasure to be with you, Mayor Walsh. Bill Magnarelli and Al Sturpey, thank you very much for all your help, and for the legislature allocates the money. The legislature allocates the money, and they invested in the state fair. Thank you. Thank you. Richard Ball, Commissioner Ag and Markets, runs the fair, so he gets a lot of credit today, a lot of kudos to Commissioner Ball. Congratulations. Sam Roberts is here, Van Robinson is here, the whole gang. It is a great day. And as you can tell, unless you're very bad at reading tea leaves, we are going to announce that we broke the record for state fair attendance. Over 13 days, we actually broke 9 records, okay? 7 daily attendance records were broken, an all-time high for daily attendance, and an all-time high for state fair attendance. The old record was 1,161,000. 1 p.m. today, we hit 1,258,000 people. And the record-breaking family is Mark and Lori Bort. Let's give them a round of applause. And it's getting harder every year because we keep setting the bar higher and higher. So 2018 record broke the 2017 record, broke the 2016 record. So I don't know what we're going to do next year, but I'm sure we'll think of something. And you know, for me, the fair growth is great in and of itself, right? Because the fair, when the fair is doing well, it means people are coming into Central New York, they're coming into Syracuse, they're coming to the fair, but they're stopping, they're having lunch, they're shopping, etc. So it's bringing people in. But the fair is not just about the fair to me. To me, the fair has always been a metaphor for Syracuse and Central New York. And it's a metaphor for just unrealized potential, just an unrealized asset. You had this beautiful piece of real estate. You had this great fairgrounds that had such potential. If you just had a little imagination and just someone to help you a little bit, what you could have done. And that's what it said to me every year when I came to the fair, what you could do here. And it was the state. The state owned it since 1899. I joked once and got into trouble, but I said if you left a Coke can in 1899 on the fence and came back in 2015, that Coke can would have still been there. State owned it, but did very little with it. And that's the story of Central New York, it's the story of Syracuse, it's the story of upstate New York. Tremendous potential, unrealized. Why? Because you need a partner, you need someone to help make the initial investment to start the growth. You can have an idea, Ben Walsh can have an idea, but then you need a partner to step up and say, I believe in you, and I'm going to help invest in you, and the word is invest because I believe it's going to repay in dividends. And that's supposed to be the state government's role. And the state government just wasn't there. It was too focused on downstate New York, in my opinion, but it wasn't there. And what this fair success says is when you invest, and when you bring a little creativity and a little help and you develop that asset, boy, oh boy, you can unleash phenomenal potential. And that's what this fair has done. Now, we were smart about the way we did it. We brought in all the stakeholders. We came up with a plan. A lot of people worked very hard, but make the access from the road, from 690 better parking, clean up that infield, which was like a tripping hazard, new rides, new attractions, and the Expo Center, by the way, which is the big deal. That hasn't even been fully operational yet, right? We were laying bricks the night before the fair opened, so that still has a lot more potential. But that's what the fair says. It says when you invest, there is tremendous potential to grow. That's the story of Central New York. That's the story of tourism writ large for this state. We invested about $200 million in tourism, primarily advertising upstate New York. You know what the $200 million in advertising got us? $8 billion in tourism. $8 billion. Right, because upstate New York was like a secret. You know, it is everything you could possibly imagine. Every kind of attraction. You have history, you have geography, you have wineries, you have everything. But we never invested in the asset. We never told the story. Now I run into people all the time who say, you know, I took a trip to central New York. I took a trip to the Finger Lakes. Wow, I never knew we had that in New York. So it works. It works in tourism. It works for upstate. It's working for the city of Syracuse. Look at the difference in Syracuse. You have an idea, you invest in it. Look at how beautiful the amphitheater is and how it changed the whole attraction of the area. Look at Hotel Syracuse. Finally, finally, finally redeveloping Hotel Syracuse, right? It is all across the board. You see it in the redevelopment. You see it in the economic development, bringing in new research and development companies. And you see it inarguably in the numbers. There's one number that allows me to go to sleep at night. Because at the end of the day, it's about economic development, and it's about job growth. When we started, the unemployment number was 8.4%. Today, it's 4.5%. That, my friends, is what it is all about. And it's about changing our perspective, where the story of Central New York is not what was. You know, so for so many years, people would talk about the old days, the good old days, what we did. The story is not about what we did. The story of Central New York is going to be what we will do, because the best is still ahead, and that's what this says. We have every asset imaginable, the best workforce, the best schools, you name it, we have it. We just haven't developed it. We just haven't invested in it. And when we do, the future is brighter than anyone can believe. The story of Central New York and the story of Syracuse is a story that's best is yet to come. We're going to break the record in 1 second. Let me bring up an exciting young leader who I believe is going to be a great partner in the new Syracuse, Mayor Walsh.
Thank you, Governor. So I'd like to take a moment and wish everyone a happy Labor Day. And thank you all to all the workers. So as I was sitting there, I was thinking about the fact that it was Labor Day. And if you can believe it, 20 years ago, I wasn't sitting here in the Empire Room. I was out in the horse barn shoveling them out as a summer job. And as I look around the fair today, it is unrecognizable. The transformation is truly amazing, and Governor, we are so appreciative of the investment that you've made, not just here at the fair, but throughout our community. It is truly appreciated, and you are a great partner. Thank you. As the Governor said, not only is this investment good for the fair, it's good for everyone. And it's working. And it's working in so many different ways, but the way that we're here to celebrate is it's working in attendance. I think growing up, you saw the attendance records being broken, and I didn't think it was possible to grow them any further, but there's a direct correlation between the investments being made in this fair and the amount of people that are coming through those gates. I'm so proud to be here for this historic day. So without further ado, we're going to go about breaking that record. But first, I'd like to invite the family, the Bort family, up, and you can join us right here. Mark and Lori Bort, again, with their 4-year-old son, Gavin. They also brought with them Mark's sister, Vicky, and Michael Terpstra from Chittenango. And in addition to being able to be here for the record breaking, they also are getting some prizes. They are receiving lifetime passes to the fair, Taste New York gift basket, State Fair themed hats, shirts, sunglasses, and pins, free ride wristbands and tickets for milk and baked potato, and finally a giant stuffed Syracuse ape, which I think you can see right over there.